All right, what about now? You can hear me. Give me a one. Luckily, you can lip read. I can lip read too with my eyes and my fingers. Okay, that was my bad. I had to hook the audio cable in all the way. All right, what's up, Geek How we all doing today? Thank you, Aquateki, for responding and saying what. King Parish of the Beano Nation. Salute to you, sir. All right, so I wanted to talk. What up, Rainfire Designs? And appreciate your donation on the 19th. Rainfire, I don't know if you got that prayer hands or not. What the fuck, dude? Why is my tire rolling like it's fucking flat? It's not windy. This shit digging in like my fucking shit is flat. I got an asshole at work, hater, and he would not be above flattening the motherfucker's tires. And I didn't check them today before I left. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm going to have to get off of this next exit and check my damn tire. If somebody flatten my tire, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. My tires are not flat. I don't run over shit that can be flattening my tires. Not in the time that I'm sitting at my car is sitting at work. That's for damn sure. So I was going to talk about Jonathan Majors and Ike Perlmutter getting the boot from Disney and some of the other stuff that's going on with Star Wars. But I got to check this tire first because I cannot drive on wet roads with a low tire. That would be catastrophic. If my shit is low, I'm going to have a lot to say tomorrow at work. Because it shouldn't be at all. Great, we got traffic too, so we're gonna have a good long string while I'm driving home. We got backed up traffic because the road is flooded. Woo. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Of course, it's raining. How good is the gas station? I picked the right one, y'all. Got the gas station on right here. It's slow. I'm getting aired up. Let me check it real quick, like. Probably get myself some coffee. All right. All right, you guys, hold tight a minute while I check this out. All right, y'all, I'm back and wetter than ever. Got the goddamn nerve. Have a, I don't know if y'all know this, maybe it's just California, but air at the gas station is supposed to be free, right? And these motherfuckers in Cali always trying to get over, right? What up, BTM? I see Toya in here with her lips. It's good. But air is supposed to be free. It's a California law, as far as I remember. Air is supposed to be free. These motherfuckers got a dang credit card swipe to use the air machine for $2. For $2. But get this. Swipe the card to use the air for the little air in the tire. The air nozzle doesn't work right. The air nozzle is kind of broken. Like, get the fuck out of here. For $2, I get a broken nozzle? Fuck you. Like, I want my money back. I want my $2. How the hell are you going to charge me $2 for something that don't work? Asshole. You're not even supposed to be charging for that shit. It's supposed to be a law, a free service that you provide for having a gas station. Now they try to recoup money off of it because it gets broken a lot. But they always have, they don't fucking fix the damn thing. Like lazy. God damn. Yeah, it checked out. It was a little low, but the air gauge, the pressure gauge wasn't working on the damn nozzle, so filled it up and fit. The car feels level now. It does feel level. It's not pulling the way it was. So when I get closer to my house, I'll go to the gas station by my house and refill it. But it shouldn't be low. But it's in the rain, right? So you don't need no low ass tires in the rain. That's recipe for disaster. Not to mention I'm sitting in traffic too. We're good. We're good. Yeah, checked out. Air hasn't been free in years. It hasn't been, but California, I believe, passed a law about 2 or 3 years ago that it's supposed to be free. And some of them have the machines with the coin operation on it, but all you have to do is tell the person in the booth to turn it on, and they'll turn on the air because they're not supposed to be able to charge for that shit. What are you charging for? A compressor that's sucking the air from outside into a pump. Especially if I just bought gas from you. Fuck you. Oh, that should be free as hell. I know they want to cover maintenance, but that's maintenance on that machine ain't as much as they would charge on the air. Used to be released in Maryland anyway. Yeah, exactly, Rainfire. Look, I pulled up to an AMW and they said, and ordered a root beer float, and they said they didn't have any ice cream. I'm like, what? What the? How are you still open? An A&W root beer place, I pull up to get a float, and you don't have any ice cream? The ice cream machine is broken? I'm sorry, y'all should close. What the fuck you open for? Corn dogs and hamburgers? Oh, fuck all that, dude. I came for a float. The main thing that you know for is the one thing you can't provide? I can see you running out of corn dogs or hush puppies or something. Ice cream? No. Same thing with McDonald's. I rolled up on McDonald's one day just having a taste for a sundae. Their ice cream machine was broke. I'm like, huh? It's one of your staples. That's like not having any hamburger buns. KFC running out of chicken. Like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all, somebody not doing their damn job. Somebody is not doing their job. I bet if you called McDonald's corporate and told them, hey, this store in this city on this street said that they ran out of ice cream, they would damn near airdrop that shit. No way. No way in hell. That's why you bought your own inflator. I had one, and mine is in storage. When I had my Sierra, when I had my truck, I had it in the back of my truck. Because working on construction sites, you will always pick up a loose screw, a nail, some shit, right? It's always something out there to park your tires, and I always want you parking off in the dirt somewhere, right? So there's always some crap out there. So I had my own inflator and patch kit and everything in the truck, right? I changed the truck tire, patched my tire on an overpass, feeling it like, it don't feel right. Patched it on an overpass while cars are coming. Didn't give a damn. The car, I have a patch kit, but I don't have the inflator. It's at the storage. So I might need to take it out just for shits and giggles. I think there's one under my damn seat, actually. This car might come with an inflator. But yeah, that's good. That's good roadside emergency stuff to have. Have your own inflator, your own patch kits and stuff like that. And it didn't take me but 2 times to pay $20 to patch my tire to find out the patch kit itself only cost about $10. But they charging me $20 every time I come there and need a patch of my tire. I bought the kit. I ain't paid since. One of the things you learn. Fuck that. Shout out to the dude who told me at the gas station, like, man, you know, this kit is cheap. Like, it's $20 every time you bring it. You buy the kit. Save yourself some money. So, what are we talking about? I just read an article from CBS News about Jonathan Majors, and apparently Monday he got charged with aggravated harassment, some version of assault. Chick hurting her finger, grabbing her hands, and squeezing them. I'm like, look. I read that article. That article sounded like a kid's description of what happened to a parent just to try to get their sibling in trouble. That shit sounds so ridiculous. Squeezing alleged victim's hand until her finger hurt, allegedly slapping her in the face with an open palm. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Arrested for abuse. Her finger hurt. Her neck hurt. There might be some substantial pain in her neck because he grabbed her with his hand. If you don't quit, if you do not quit, it sounds so ridiculous. And they got this man picture plastered everywhere talking about abuse, charged with abuse. And then you read the article and half the shit don't even sound like abuse. Like, apparently what I did at work with hitting my elbow is abuse. So I need to go and, try to get my company arrested for abusing my elbow. Because there is substantial pain and bruising. Dumb shit. So I read that article and moved on to some other bullshit. The real interesting stuff that I thought was triggering was hearing about Marvel's layoffs today. And one of the main ones was Ike Perlmutter being fired from Disney Company. Not stepped down, fucking fired, boy. They didn't waste no time saying he was fired. They tiptoed around Victoria Alonso. Or maybe she was let go, or maybe she left on her own. No, that bitch was fired. They let it be known Ike was fired. They gave him the flame. They dropped the charge within 24 hours because they did, but they still out there running this. He was charged with abuse. Rainfire. I've been covering the story since it dropped. That bitch recanted her statement 2 different places. There's witnesses, there's video, no charges, but what they running up on the news is that he was charged with abuse. They just want to smear that brother. Toya, have I watched The Last of Us yet? Where you been, sister? I need to spank you. You need to get spanked. You lucky your ass in Dallas. You need a spanking. I've been finished The Last of Us. And got the reviews up. Every episode. Do I need to make a whole separate Last of Us playlist? So you know The Last of Us is up there? Yes, I finished watching The Last of Us. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You do need a spanking. You need a spanking for real. Good long one. Like some Christian Grey spanking. So you don't enjoy it so much. It's okay. Toya, she be, doing some serious work. She don't be having time to listen to us TV watchers, us streamers. She don't have to follow it like that. I gotta watch it because I gotta talk to y'all about it. So I have to watch it. She don't have to. She can watch it when she feel like it. But she ain't above needing spanking. What up, Aria? Yeah, bye old Ike. Now, this is why there is twofold to this Ike Perlmutter shit. It's a good side and a bad side to it. Right? Lago Savage. She's talking about what did he miss? Nothing. Toya need a spanking. That's all. Toya need to be spanked. And she agreed. So, you know how it is. You ain't missed nothing. Me and Toya just playing tennis. 50 love. So here it is. Ike Perlmutter was the one who bailed Marvel out when Marvel was going through their whole bankruptcy. And from that, he was able to parlay that acquisition of Marvel into selling it to Disney for some billions of dollars. So he made a good chunk of change off of that shit, right? Now, when he got a little, further along into all the shows and stuff like that, and Disney was in ownership of Marvel, he got a customary, honorary position in a sense, being in charge of Marvel such and such or whatever, entertainment, something or other, right? Which they got a budget, annual budget of like $40 million, $30 million, right? Basically what that was retirement money. They were paying him to stay the fuck away. Which is a tip for you brothers who dealing with a woman who you pay child support to or something like that, and she still got your kid. If you want to have your kid, offer to pay her money every month. Offer to pay her money every month. And she will let you have your kid. Because all they really want is the money. Inside baseball. So when serious moves were going to be made at Disney with Marvel, and Kevin Feige wanted to really consolidate this stuff and expand it, Ike Perlmutter was the one that was like, fuck no. Okay? Ike Perlmutter was the one that had the Netflix stuff. One moment it was tied to the movies. The next minute they only made reference to an event. Right? They couldn't relate. The Netflix shows could not relate to the movies, the Marvel Disney movies. They just called it an event. So they were off book and off script. You had that with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all that shit, because Ike Perlmutter was in charge of all that. And him getting demoted, in a sense, in his position meant that he didn't have any control of that. That was Iger and Feige working together to push Perlmutter out. So that left Feige in charge with Iger's blessing and Perlmutter out, which helped you get stuff like Spider-Man in the MCU. Because Ike didn't want that shit. Ike was low-key kind of a racist. He didn't want a lot of that shit. He did. He blocked a lot of stuff that would have been no-brainers for Disney, Marvel to do, and he blocked that shit until they kicked his ass out of it. And not to push him completely out the door, they gave him that position in Disney with Marvel Entertainment and paid him that $40 million a year to sit the fucking office somewhere and shut up, just out of respect, right? Now, the upside to Perlmutter. All this stuff with the Disney board and that guy who was coming in fighting for a position on the board, I'm forgetting his name right now. Perlmutter was involved in that shit. Because Perlmutter is kind of a conservative or a Republican or what have you. He is. He don't like all that liberal shit. He does. But he got deep pockets and an old man. So he was kind of backing. Dude, I'm forgetting the guy's name. If y'all know the guy's name, throw it in the chat. I'm forgetting his name right now. But he was kind of backing the guy who was working with Chapin to come in and steer Disney onto the right course on behalf of the shareholders, because all the shit that Disney was doing was losing them money. And they had this big proxy stuff going on in the last month or so about him getting a seat on their board. Right? Now, Iger coming in, the board pulling the move, kicking Chapin out, pulling Iger in, quelled that whole little behind-the-scenes uprising they were having with this guy who was labeled as a conservative Republican or whatever, who was going to bring back some prosperity to Marvel Disney if they didn't get their fucking house in order. Or Disney, period, if they didn't get their house in order. Iger stepped in, quelled that shit, calmed him down, and then started doing exactly what Chapin had on the books to do, which was firing a bunch of people. But the funny part of it for Perlmutter is that Perlmutter helping this guy would have changed Disney. It would have changed it to get them off of this bullshit they keep pushing out there that has lost money all over the place, left, right, and center. It would have helped. It might have been a good thing, right? Now, the benefit of it is because it scared the board and Iger and all of them, they fired everybody who was involved with that shit, with that little proxy fight. That's Chapin is gone for that reason. And Ike Perlmutter is gone for that reason too. He was fucking up. He was upsetting the apple cart. He was gonna set them all up to get taken down, and they not playing that shit. They playing some 48 laws of power shit. They get rid of their opposition, and that's what Iger is in there doing. Dude, if you gonna get over and be fast, just get in your fucking lane. Ass wife. So that's what Iger is doing. Iger is clearing house of his political and ideological enemies to that company. He got a hit list. You think you know? Iger got a hit list, y'all. And when Perlmutter gone, he got a goddamn hit list. That's what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like to me. Because if you think about the connection between Perlmutter and Alonzo, it's not just people in the company that make a shitload of money, but it's people in the company who are problematic politically, behind the scenes and in front of the camera. People who were problematic are out the goddamn door. And Iger is executing like Agent 46. Okay? He is in there taking fools out. No qualms with calls. So they cover by HR. And the funny part about all of that is I just have to give some props to Chapin. I do. I have to give some props to Chapin. Why? He set up all that HR shit. He's the one set it up. That's what he was going to do. They just kicked his ass out of there because he was working with that investment dude to try to get him on the board. They didn't like that shit. They like the board the way it is. So they got Chapin out there and they knocking off all this dude's allies. They are out the goddamn door. So it's some true shit. But look, they got HR coverage. Every one of these people is saying let go because of calls. But they found any calls they could look for to get them out the goddamn door. Why do I know this is so? Because I remember working for my old corporate job when they wanted to go through and get rid of people to cut their budget down. One of the things they had us doing is writing up people on anything and building paper on them for anything. Why? So they had HR coverage to kick them the fuck out of their company. Because saying you laid off 5,000 workers looks bad. It's not a good look, especially if you know for giving jobs. But if 5,000 people happen to find their way out the company because, you know, you were stealing time on lunch, wasn't really doing your job, had a little bit of lip you was giving folks, disrespecting your supervisor and stuff, yeah, 3 strikes and you out. I mean, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's already caused. They just never pulled the trigger on it. Now, they pulled the trigger. Because apparently Iger don't have a problem pulling the trigger. That motherfucker was itching. The stuff that I've heard coming out of the Star Wars camp, this motherfucker is not playing. When I told y'all Iger was on some fuck or walk, he is on some fuck or walk. People is getting their marching orders right now. You either step 2 or you get the fuck out of here. He is serious about trimming that money. What up, Dub C? Man, HR lifesaver. No, I told you. Mickey was in there with the gloves off. Mickey in there with the gloves off with a brick inside the glove just coming around. Bah! Like Homie the Clown. Fuck out my kingdom. Costing me money. And by firing Perlmutter, they just made themselves $40 million. They just got back $40 million. Out of the, what was it, the $3 billion, $5 billion that they had to cut or they were losing, they just got back $40 million. Now, from what I heard recently, and shout out to these brothers for doing the report. I don't have sources inside Lucasfilm, it's been released that what KK is holding on to with Disney and Lucasfilm is her little golden parachute retirement package. Her golden parachute retirement package is about $40 to $30 million. Keep that shit. Indiana Jones 5 needs to make damn near $1 billion. It needs to make damn near $8 billion. You might as well just say it needs to make $1 billion. Because the number these guys quoted, 900 million, fucking call it $1 billion. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Let's call it $1 billion. Indiana Jones needs to make $1 billion. For all the shit, if you've been following that you've been hearing about this Indy 5, there's no way in hell this movie gonna make $1 billion. Sound like it can make 500 million. It doesn't. It does not. Look, I got a better chance of coming up on $1 billion. I do. So if she does not make that money, her ass is out the fucking door. Goodbye, you've been warned. This was your one talk. And that counts in the HR sentence. That was your talk. That was your warning. Got caught on the carpet. This is what it is. Go finish up that movie. Get that done. See you. She is for the business, dude. I'm serious. She is in for the business. No bullshit. I think I'm getting some folks today. It's Wednesday is wet, raining. I'm getting me some fun. So Disney right now, to make up that billion or so, $5 billion or so dollars, they need to trim the fat. Where do you think the fat is coming from? All your political activists in the company. Your asses are gone. Well, you saw what happened with G4 with that bullshit, right? They folded up their whole card table behind one bitch running her damn mouth. I told you guys for a while, these companies can't absorb that forever. Like, how much is enough? And apparently, it might have been one thing to be just in Lucasfilms. When it got to Lucas and Pixar and Marvel, the one that was bringing in the money, Marvel, oh no, y'all got to go with this shit. Lost too much. They hit the threshold. And apparently it was the threshold of negative return. So they get rid of these motherfuckers. They are going. Perlmutter going. He was kind of a racist, so fuck him. I don't care. But look, if you want to be, you can rely on the racists to tell you the truth about one thing and one thing only. Can tell you about what Negroes ain't shit. You will, because he's looking for that shit closely. He is not looking with rose-colored glasses. He gonna give you the really real. It's like the devil. The devil will tell you the truth, because his thing ain't in lying to you; it's getting you to choose his way, and not the other way. That's the whole point. The truth is the weapon. You gotta lie to you. Just gotta tell you something like, God don't care. The hell do you mean? Because I know it doesn't care. And then you have to think. That seed of doubt is enough. You don't need to lie to you. All you got to do is tell you the truth. You'll fuck yourself up. So Perlmutter, he might have been trying to help Disney, and by him siding with that dude, I wish I could remember this guy's name. I hate saying this dude, but by him siding with that guy and trying to help him get on the board, it did shake Disney up. They did get scared, grab their panties, and start doing what they needed to do. And part of it is all these layoffs. Got their ass scared because they either do that or the other cat is coming in and taking over. He gonna be on the board. He gonna change that shit up. So it's on Iger and the board to get shit done, or this motherfucker be right back, right back at you. Like I told you what was gonna happen. You know you done fucked up, don't you? You'll be right back. Want that seat on the board in leadership, because obviously y'all enjoy losing people a lot. Your shareholders a bunch of money. And trust and believe, I sent it to Dr. Tiaston, that little earnings call coming up on the 3rd. I own a little bit of Disney stock. They sent me the damn thing up with the agenda on it. I'm like, oh, I feel so special now. I really want to read all of this. I got a vote? What? Me? But why? I get a vote in this? Oh, I definitely need to read this 108 pages worth of shit. Yeah, I'm gonna scroll through all of that because I need to know what's going on, what you need my opinion on. Because like I told you guys before, you should own stock in anything you consume. Why? Because you do get a little bit of say-so in it. And when you buy it, you paying yourself. Like if you religiously bought Jordans for fucking decades and you don't own any Nike stock, you're a goddamn fool. You're a goddamn fool. Why don't you buy some stock since you love Jordan so much? Why don't you buy some stock in the very shoes that you buy and everybody else buys and get a return on that shit instead of just a loss on it because you spent $100 fucking on it. You know, $100, $200 on the shoes, but you ain't made no money on the stock purchase because it's gone up. You should own some stock in the shit. If you're gonna be that damn devoted, be fully devoted. Just saying. Wasting your fucking time. So that was it, man. Give KK the lead parachute. Yeah, she gonna fuck herself up. She gonna fuck herself up. The report I was listening to, they got some insiders at Lucasfilm, like some deep insiders at Lucasfilm for real. And I think they fucking themselves up too, because they're reporting all this stuff, and me listening to the report, some of that shit could have been set up so people in the office overheard it so they could flush out the rat so they know who said it. So when you report on it immediately, trying to be first, you actually give up your source. You let your source be known. Because this chick who's so tight-lipped, I'm talking about KK now, this chick that's so tight-lipped and want a lead mouthpiece on everybody in Lucasfilm, not to say anything about what's going on there. If she's running around the office complaining to everybody out loud about what just happened to her in the office with her boss, bet money she know what offices she walked through. She's trying to flush out a leak. She's trying to flush out a leak. And your sources told you immediately, which means they gave themselves up. She could have been lying. She could have been lying, but said something so ridiculous and out of character that it had to be reported quickly. And that's what they did. And that's what you did, which means you have just, identified your source. They could probably narrow that shit down. Look, I do this shit all the time in work situations where I'm dealing with somebody who talks too fucking much. I will say one thing to one person if I think they, that loose-lipped kind of person. I will say one thing to one person. or around one person to see who it comes back through. Because I know who I said it in front of. It's no different than saying if you want to find out who constantly telling your boss your conversations, you go to the 3 people that you think might be doing it. You tell one red, you tell one yellow, you tell one blue. Right? And then you listen for your boss to talk to you. Whatever color he mentions, you know which motherfucker said something. And now you know you don't talk to that person anymore. I've done that many a time to flush out a fucking rat motherfucker. Because I don't like people with loose lips. And definitely not people who tell my damn business. I will tell some folks some straight up falsities just to see where it comes back. Who hears it and who doesn't. Because it's a test. You're checking the line. You're checking the communication lines. I think with this KK running through the office, complaining out loud to a bunch of people, I think that's what the fuck she was doing. She was testing leaks. She was testing for leaks. And wherever it came from, wherever she hears that leak from this known person who getting information outside of Lucasfilms, when she hears that shit, because she'll be listening, she knows who you are, she'll know who she said that shit around. And she will flush out your leak, and they will be the next one fired. They will be gone. With the group, the mass of other people getting fired. I'm just saying, some stuff you don't rush to be the first one to report it because you want to hold off, especially if you have a source on the inside. You protect your source. And one of the ways you protect your source is you don't run immediately to go tell the shit. First or not. Protect your source. Because that kind of shit can get them really fucked up. So that's all I want to say. That I'm saying that to specifically 2 people that might listen to my shit. I think they do sometimes. But I'm saying that you might want to watch that shit. Because that might have been bullshit to flush out your sources. Because they know they've had a leak. KK knows she's had a leak at Lucasfilm for a while. And she don't like you motherfuckers. She does not like you motherfuckers. Iger is a strategist. You see the way he got rid of Victoria. You see the way he got rid of Perlmutter. Do you think he's not going to be the type to fucking plug a hole? Because I can tell you this. Indiana Jones 5 needing to make $900 million sounds fucking ridiculous for that movie. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. That would be more money than the last one making. The last one was shit. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was garbage. Why do you think you about to do better than that? For the last movie? Fuck. Did Thor 4 do that kind of money? Do we think we sitting on an Avatar kind of situation here? No, nigga. No, it's not making that kind of money. That sounds absolutely ridiculous to even hope that it would make that kind of money, which means to me that it could be bullshit. And your sources could have been fed some bullshit or some rat poison to flush their asses out and close the leak. But that's just me, thinking. Like Double C saying, loose lips sink ships. Yes, they do. Sink all kind of shit. But that's it for now, y'all. I'm going to get out of here and get myself some dinner. About to go into this Asian restaurant and get me some pho. Some pho. You don't know what it is. It's just a big ass bowl of noodles. And I think I'm getting me a jumbo, nigga. A bowl like big as my goddamn head, full of noodles and beef and all kind of shit. I'm about to eat this shit up because it's a good place close to the house. And then I'm going home. While I'm sitting in here, I will try to finish the edits on Mandalorian episode 5 and get that put up onto the cloud for you guys so you can watch it. So yeah, they're still doing reshoots. So you know what that means. Movie is fucking garbage. It's coming out soon. You know that, right? Couple months. They still doing reshoots. Aquatech, you know who I'm talking about. I told you I don't promote white boys in this space because they don't promote me and theirs. So it is what it is. So, but I heard some shit, and it would seem like these motherfuckers is trying to close a leak. What up, VC Realm? So thank y'all for showing up and being patient with me while I put some air in my tire. I'm going to eat because I am hungry. Yeah, not a good sign at all. No, it ain't. And I will see you guys on the next one or next time. That's what BGS is. I will see y'all next time. Enjoy my new thumbnail. Peace. do, 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 do.